It is very important that the country understands that it is not all negative and it is not all bad that is happening in Jamaica. What we tend to see in the news and what is sensational and what grabs the headlines and what sets the national consciousness and outlook are the negative things. And this is not to say that negative things don't occur, or to say that we shouldn't highlight some of the negative things, because it is important to point them out so that people understand what is happening and people can be aware and change their behavior to avoid negative results. But if we only focus on the negative, then our outlook will become negative. Our expectations will become negative, and the results will be negative. So it is important that for every good act of the government, for every accomplishment of the government, that we take the time in brief ceremony, because I don't like long ceremonies, in brief ceremony, to point out to the public what it is that we are doing and how it is changing lives, changing the nation, changing communities. To have a set of persons in the country, some of them claim to be intellectuals, who carry this narrative as if to suggest that we are going to correct the historical injustices, the unequal distributions that have taken place in the past by going about land settlement in a disorderly way. There are those who continue to encourage persons to say, go and go squat on the land. Nobody don't have it a government land. Just go and go build out on it. And there are those who continue to push the view that we must ignore property rights and just go and settle as you wish and as you will. That is a recipe for destruction. The very reason why we have these problems that we have now is because we have been settling land in this way. The government is aware of this, and government is very sensitive to the social dynamics and the historical unequal distributions that have taken place as it relates to land. And it is within the capacity of government and the intention of this government to correct that. But we are going to do it in an orderly way and in an equitable way. We are looking for lands in proximity to urban areas where we know that there is significant economic activity. We're going to be looking for lands near the tourism areas where we know there is a pull for employment. We're going to be looking for lands where we already know that people have expressed a preference to live in those areas. And we are going to put in the infrastructure on those lands. And we are going to put those lands out for development by private sector persons with conditions that the housing price is within what we consider to be the affordable range. And the affordable range would be anywhere from $0 to $8 million. That is the target that we are looking for. We feel that we would be able to reach those affordable target prices by virtue of taking into account the cost of the land, government land, we are providing it, the economies of scale of putting in the infrastructure so that you don't have to dig a pit for each house or build a road to each house or put in a tank for each house. That once you develop the land at scale, then the unit cost of the infrastructure per household goes down. And that will bring the prices down. we want to target over 30,000 housing solutions in the affordable income range.